Inspires people to openness.
Warmth and courage.
Sparkly, intense zeal.
I learned about the importance of joy.
Racism impacts everyone.
Thank you for mentorship.
Well done, Avis. Rest well.
On July 11th, 2020, the shades of death halted their mark toward that deepening darkness. They turned back all along the horizon and shouted, "Avis, Avis." For that moment, time stood still before they could continue. The Baltimore Transit Equity Coalition is proud to be one of the many houses of Avis Ransom. On the 12th of July, when we learned of her passing, immediately our hearts were fallen, our descent was rapid, and like so many others, we have not reached bottom. We shared Avis, the Baltimore Racial Justice Action, the Joint Opportunities Task Force, the Baltimore Algebra Project, Bridge Maryland, the Baltimore Sustainability Commission, are the other houses of Avis Ransom. We all called Avis our own. In each house, Avis was a moral, intellectual, and spiritual force. We have mourned, but that is past. Ahead, we will only celebrate Avis. As a life force, she gave us too much to mourn.
I met Avis when her congregation, Friendship Baptist, was a member of BUILD. And Avis quickly became a member of the strategy team of BUILD. The strategy team are the top leaders, people who really have an interest in getting right in there and working with members of their own congregation on issues that affect people in Baltimore. And Avis quickly became a member of the strategy team. So I knew her as a fellow member of the strategy team. And as I remember Avis, she was the kind of person who definitely wanted to get to the facts. She wanted to understand why we were doing what we were doing, and she could contribute her analysis, you know. So we always had a lot of back and forth as members of the strategy team, and Avis was right in there with us. She could hold her own without me, frankly, and I could hold my own without her. But it was always wonderful to know that you were in concert with another woman of color, and that we were the ones who were calling some of the shots, who were bringing up points that some of the guys might not think about, some of the clergy might not think about. But as we thought about what impacted the lives of working poor women, of even lay people in our own congregations, we brought that to the table, and I think it was invaluable. And we always had, and Avis was a good one too for reminding people of the need for diversity of opinion and representation of that opinion and diversity of voice. So that's part of what I remember about her.
Avis joined the commission in 2014. She steered us toward equity, she held our feet to the fire, and offered us needed direction and course corrections. Her fierce energy appeared in her analytical edge, her passion for justice and equity, and her ample compassion. We are bereft of a friend, mentor, and leader, and we are inspired by Avis to continue to carry out her legacy.
The very first board meeting where I was in the position of being co-executive director, before the first agenda item of the meeting was pretty much discussing what other board members felt or what they thought about how they expected me to perform. And some part of it was a conversation about why I thought I could be in the position, pretty much. Why did I feel as though I could step into such a role? And I gave my reasons, and I went on to give a board report. I'm pretty much updating everyone on the work that we've been doing and the plans that we had going forward, and just a general kind of comprehensive report. And the next morning, Miss Avis sent me a text message. It was a very long text message, and she was pretty much encouraging me and telling me how she was excited and she felt that I handled the scrutiny and the general kind of pressure, well, by the way that I was just navigating the conversation and also she was very appreciative and vocal about the manner in which the report was presented and put together. And she was pretty much saying, like, they was trying to play with you and you showed them that you are up to the job and you are a good fit for the position. And then she went on to tell me how much she was going to be supportive for me going forward, and if there was anything I could do to just let her know. And that she was just generally proud of me, and she had seen me grow up to that point and was proud of where I was going. And ever since that day and days after going forward, she always was encouraging, and she always made sure that I myself in the position and the organization had everything that we needed. And it always stuck with me, and it was always a motivator for me to know that she believed in me in that way. And it bonded us in a way where I felt extremely close to her outside of the work, because she not only took it upon herself to reach out to me, but also let me know that I should also believe in myself as much as she did.
Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler, Chapter 7. We are all God's seed, but no more less so than any other aspect of the universe.
God's seed is all there is, all that changes. Earth seed is all that spreads earth life to new earths. The universe is God's seed.
Only we are earth seed, and the destiny of earth seed is to take root among the stars.
Avis, for us, you inspired truth and rootedness.
Pleasure and fire.
Thank you for not just imparting us with your wisdom, but for accepting the wisdom in us. We love you, Avis. We miss you. We carry you with us. Thank you.
We met Avis in a powerful stage of her life. She had distilled years of experience, training, study, and practice into a methodical campaign against the ravages of the curse of racism, whether structural or petty. She too had concluded that racism was a national public policy. But Avis also taught that many people were certain that we can fight racism. She insisted, however, that too few believed we could defeat racism. We are on her path, just as she took to ours. On our mission, we seek a victory against the national public policy. In these last 5 years of our experience as a coalition, we've met a multitude of exceptional human beings. Even in that list, Avis Ransom stands out. Avis's mission was to see what she could contribute to life, never to just seek its rewards, but what she could add. To a leader and an indomitable moral force, Avis Ransom, rest in peace and justice.
I met Avis over 25 years ago, and she and I were among a group of advocates that took Cinder Hipke's class to learn to speak the Spanish language. Avis and I remained connected as a result of that shared experience. In 2002, Avis was selected as an OSI Baltimore Community Fellow. And she took on a project to engage low-wage and unemployed citizens in workforce solutions. Avis brought a quiet, steady, reserved, and powerful energy to the work. We are all better for her contributions to community. Rest in paradise, Avis.
We do not lose the ones we love when they're inside of us. We simply bid them good health on their next journey and remain in memory of them. With their words and wisdom imprinted in our being, they are always available when we remember. May you be born in a higher realm. We love you, Avis Ransom.
Avis was a member of the Baltimore Black Worker Center's coordinating committee. She was a fierce advocate for advancing the interests of Black workers.
Miss Avis was our compass. She was unwavering and dedicated in her fight for Black workers in Baltimore.
Miss Avis was a patient teacher and a patient facilitator. And she was authentic in showing up to all the work that she did for the Black Workers Center. Miss Avis, we love you and we thank you.
We miss you.
Thank you, Miss Avis.
I am excited to give a couple of words in remembrance and celebration of one of the original JOTF board members, but one of my mentors, Miss Avis Ransom. I met Avis when I first came to JOTF as a policy associate. She was a fiery force to be reckoned with. She was that one board member that was always questioning everything that was being said, every issue that was being pushed. And she pushed me to question everything that I heard or everything that I believed in. And I really believe that even though she left the organization as a board member prior to me becoming CEO, everything that she taught me and everything that she instilled in me as an original JOTFer has stayed with me as I ascended to CEO. All of the folks who did not have the opportunity to meet Avis and benefit from her spirit, I feel for you. She was a warm spirit. She was someone who would give it to you straight, and she didn't care how you received it because she knew it's what you needed to hear, how she was saying it, and when she was saying it. And for that, she will be missed. And so I hope that these couple of words will speak something to someone when looking back on who were the folks who really helped to drive what we're seeing today in the city and many of the conversations. And so Avis, we love you, we miss you, we'll always remember you.
She passed like right before our summer program started this year with our young people, and maybe a week or two before, we were talking about what we had planned and how we were going to do it, even though it had to be all virtual, and how it was going to be a challenge. But she still had that same belief in me and encouraged me, you know, with the same enthusiasm. And she was so excited to hear about what we would be doing. And it's kind of, I guess, serendipitous that today was our last day with the Youth Works program, and it was very successful. And the young people had an incredible summer, and they learned a lot, and they had a good time. And before we started, I just knew that we had to execute at that level because I wanted her to be proud and to continue to be proud and to know that the young people had the kind of summer that she was looking forward them to have. And so, yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, she, even with her last days, she always was continued to be encouraging, continued to be supportive. And that's something that is very rare and you don't find very often. So I appreciate everything she ever did for myself and the organization and all the young people that benefited from her encouragement and support through me. Definitely appreciate her as well. And everything that she gave and passed on will definitely live on. I'm just grateful to have had her in my life and to have been in hers.
Hi, I'm Bob from BRJA. I remember Avis for her depth of wisdom, kindness, and compassion. She moved with such style and such grace. She had a real fierceness of purpose, and technically she was a genius.
Good evening, I'm Betty from BRJA, and I'm remembering you tonight, Avis, as a good friend from both BRJA and Baltimore Algebra Project. I'm celebrating you for your insights during our talks over tea in my kitchen about social justice movement building. I'll miss the talks and seeing you at Charm City Labor Chorus concerts, and where you sang songs with us from the Black Freedom Movement like this one, and this is the original SNCC Freedom Singers performing at the White House.
Nobody